Oh, no, I don't want that. I just want you. Hold on. Oh, that sounded weird. Where
Hi.
are you at? Hi. Hold on. Sorry, I lost you. I'm trying to get you back. So go ahead and turn on your camera.
That would help.
Ah, you got
Hi.
it. Hi. Did you get my email about me
I
running late?
did. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh my God. I'm so excited that it's you. Oh my God. Where have you been?
Um, I don't know. Waiting to see
See?
you.
Like a year? A year and a half? How
A
long has
little
that
over
been?
a year. Yeah.
It okay, okay. Oh my God, I know exactly who you are. Oh, I was okay, hold on. I mean, I remember a lot of people, but I definitely remember you. Don't ask me why
Oh, that means a
right
lot to
now.
me.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I do know why. It's your fucking dog. Oh my God.
Yes.
That was so trippy. That was so trippy. I will forever remember that when your puppy comes up and makes me see that they're a Boston Terrier.
Yes.
And and I was like, "What the fuck is a bot? Like, she doesn't do Boston Terriers." I was like, "This doesn't make any sense." And then it was, yeah, okay, trippy. Oh my God, I love your session. Okay, so stay with me really quick. You already know how I do this. And your hair's gotten a lot longer.
Yes, slowly but surely. I'm getting healthier, so I'm
What?
happy.
Oh, are you? Oh, good. Okay, are you taking
Yeah.
like your hair vitamins or what are you doing? What
I
else are you
am.
doing?
I'm doing the Nutrafol. It's really been great. And your hair looks gorgeous, by the way. I love what you did with it.
You. Thank you. It's gradually going to get more ash, except it just has,
Yeah, I
there's
think you're
highlights,
done.
there's lowlights. Yeah, it's
Yes.
coming along.
The
So yeah, so
dimension
we're
is
vibing together.
beautiful.
Well,
Yes.
thank you, thank you. So just stay with me. Hold on, let's see where we are. Ooh, who's that? Uh, hey, oh, oh, somebody just showed us random to start off our session. Did weird. You're not dating the same person anymore? You're not with them anymore?
I am, but I wanna break it off so bad, and I haven't
Do
figured out how
it.
to do it. Mm.
Oh my God, fucking do it. That's why I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to bring this up. And they go like this. They go, oh, person.
Yeah, like, it's all I can think about is I need to end it, I'm over it, and I don't wanna hurt him, but I have to do it.
Okay, well, I don't want you to think about it that way. So you're coming from the point when you're saying, I don't want to hurt him. I mean, either way, you're both going to feel sad. It's an end of an era. It's okay. Make it clean, make it quick, say it with facts, and then move forward. And don't even then do the whole thing like I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Be like, just say, you know, you don't do it on text. I did that before. Do it over the phone. I mean, especially if you feel in danger or, do it in person and just be like, I know we had this relationship. It was wonderful. It was great. I'm just not feeling it anymore. I've been thinking about it for a long time. You're an amazing person, but I think our time has passed together. And so I think it's best if we just go our separate ways. But thank you for spending time with me and thank you for being a part of my life.
That's
That's
perfect.
it.
That's beautiful.
Right? Like cut and dry. But then also remember too, the longer that you hang on to it, the longer it will take for you not only to heal, but if you want to, find somebody else down the line.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So you're kicking your ball down your court, but it's okay. It's your court. It's your ball. Have at it. Right. And there was a man that showed himself in a coffin. Did the person you're dating, did he have a guy die within like the last year?
No.
Okay, odd. Like it almost feels like this guy is since we've talked. And I went through and I asked, I said, is it her? And they go, no. And so I'm like, all right, well, maybe him. It could also be that maybe a friend's dad died. I don't know, but I'm gonna retract that back. It wouldn't be a dad, it'd be like a grandfather. Or maybe the dad was also older and so he looked like a grandfather, but I know it's not yours. Hold on. Hmm. Mm, hold on. Weird. Do you have a set of, no, hang on. I hear you saying, "I'm sorry." You're talking to someone. Um, and you still have like a set of like 3 girlfriends that you talk to ever so often, right? But like they're not all besties, they're just separate. Okay. I'm not going to put this on anybody right now, but I but they don't come over here and hang out. Like you would just talk to them on the phone, like you don't see them like that all the time.
I can't think I have, a best friend who lives, like, an hour and a half from me, but I haven't seen her in a few years.
You haven't
But we
seen
don't
her in
talk
a
on the
long time.
phone.
Okay, why don't you talk to her anymore?
She's doing the whole kids family thing, and, yeah, we just never make the time.
I understand that. Okay, so yeah, somebody's talking about like a girlfriend and somebody's talking about how they don't come over, you don't see them anymore. And I go, okay, and I get that. Like one of my best friends, I talked to her like 6 months ago and I haven't seen her since 2020. So that's been a long time,
Yeah.
but we do keep in contact and we send Christmas gifts and birthday gifts. But they're equating it to that. And honestly, girl, I don't know if this has already happened or I don't know if this is about to happen, which is odd. Or maybe this is what I'm going to say. You're probably going to get news or you're going to look at it on social media or Facebook or wherever it may be. It's either going to be it's like a main male role figure in her life, I believe, is going to like die like quickly. Like if it's either somebody finds out they have cancer and they die like a month later and like nobody knows about it, and you're like, oh my God, I had no idea, like that. So it's fast. It doesn't seem like it's long and drawn out for you. Or somebody ends up like dying of a heart attack. Like so it comes up and you're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That so you don't say, well, it's better this way. So that means that they suffered for a long time and we
Yeah.
walk through everything. um I think they're trying to show you something that is going to happen. It's a choice. But I don't know why. Weird. You know what I think it is? I'm just going to let you know. I think something like that's going to happen. And then because we just mark my words, because you and I are talking about it right now, you may bring it up and you may show this person this conversation, which is odd. And then that is going to help them like realize that they're okay and they're fine. Like it's that type of weird, odd thing, kind of like how I had this deja vu during the middle of the session, like the last time. And just wait, just email me when that happens. It's
I
weird, but
will.
it's definitely a male. Where did does her and she's actively married though, so it's not just kids, it's like a whole family. Okay. And weird.
And then
Did
I
they
have
move
a
to a
cousin who I talk to sometimes who lives in Tennessee, but
Tennessee? Tennessee. Yes, I was about to. Oh my God. Yes. Yes,
okay.
they're talking about the East Coast or like where the tree lines are where Elvis lives. Your cousin in Tennessee. There's nothing going on with her dad though right now. Like he's still alive?
Yeah. Well, her stepdad, her actual father died before she was born.
Okay. Pause. Shut the front door. That's probably why there's this blank feeling. And do you know if he passed like really quickly?
Car accident.
That's fucking it, girl. Okay. And because, oh my God, and that's why I'm drawing a blank because she doesn't have any memories with him. There's like, no, because she died before she was born. Yeah. They kept showing me when so me and my husband, we drove from Houston, we drove all the way up to Winter Harbor, Maine. So like we took a 8 week road trip. All right. And did that. And we stopped in Tennessee. But as we're driving through, I know what the forest looks like with the mountains. And so they keep showing me that. And I was like, okay, is this Virginia? Or is this Tennessee? So as soon as you said that, that's what I was thinking about. We're on the same wavelength. So, and they keep talking about it, somebody's dad, and he passes super quickly. And everybody's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, there's no. And so, can you just tell her that her dad is showing up to say hi?
Yes, because she is pregnant unexpectedly right now with a girl,
Ah! Yes. Okay. So
and she's
she needs.
scared because she's almost 40, and yeah.
Oh. and she needs all the help she can get. So that is why, yeah, there's this guy, and he keeps talking about the only thing that he knows and how quickly he passed is that he was alive and then he saw himself in a coffin. Bam. That's it. So that for me means like just straight up. And so she's pregnant, she's scared, she's afraid. He's trying to get this message across and to say, hey, don't worry, I'm here. It's fine. So if you can let her know that, that
Yes,
would
I
be
can't
great.
wait to tell her.
I can't either because that was so intense. Yeah, there's this guy like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And wow. And the whole thing is so cousin and friend feel the same to me in my brain.
Yeah.
Because right, because people are like, oh, that's my cousin, but they've just known them for 20 years, like that. So it's the same thing. So hold on. Tell me. Weird. But it's dad. Dad, dad, dad all the way. What about her? Uh is that her second husband?
First.
First. Okay, okay. They go like this. They go, "Oh, he's good. He's good." And I said, "Oh, okay. So she's married?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "She's learned a lot." And that's what I say when I went in my second marriage of like, I've learned a lot. And so I'm like, maybe this is her second husband. And he's talking about how why? Oh, why is she not on bed rest?
They're kind of in financial straits from what I understand.
Gotcha. Okay, I understand that now. Yeah, he goes like this. He says, "Tell her she needs to be careful." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Obviously, we're 40, right? That's one thing. But he's talking about how she needs to get off her feet or she needs to do better. So it may come to a point when that starts happening. Is she at like 26 weeks right now? What is she at?
I think she's at 4 months, so maybe about 20?
20. Okay, so kind
She's
of okay.
due
Because they
she's
go,
due around July 4th.
let's go math that. Hang on. Hold on. Let me see. I gotta do this for my brain. I gotta do this for my brain. Hang
No, you're
on.
good.
Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. He would be at 21 weeks right now. Yeah. So she's right around there. Good job. Okay, I'm okay. Not 26, not right around. Yeah, I said, how far is she along? I said, or is baby coming soon? Because a lot of times bed rest happens when, you're later in. And he goes, no, 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 no. No. He says she's earlier. And I said, obviously we know the sex, so it has to be over 12. I think they're doing it now. And so he puts me right around like 20s or like mid 20s. And I would even say maybe around 26 to 32 weeks there may be something going on where she has to go on bed rest or like there's this more difficult situation. Baby doesn't die, nothing like that. It's dealing with mom and body. So just let her know that she's protected and loved. And nobody got any money from this car accident from him
I
dying.
think maybe a little bit of money. I am not sure. It was all before I was born too, so
Oh, okay. So it was a long time ago. Because he goes like this. He says, I wish they would have gotten money, or I wish they would have gotten more like that. And he says, my death is worth more than that. And I go, okay. And what? So is this would be like dad brought in by marriage? So is it like mom's like sister's husband?
yes, it's, my mom's twin's husband who died.
Good job. Look at that. Look what he did. He did such a
Um,
good job. Okay. I said, "Are you like the mom's brother?" And he goes, "No, no, no. We're not actually related." I go, "Okay." I
they
said,
were
"Well,
really close though.
yeah. Okay." So he's just talking to him. So he's coming in to say hi to you. So he
Oh,
watches you and he protects you. And he's also coming in to say hi to your mom, okay? Because he loves her. And he's coming in to say hi. Did she? Oh my God. So the twin sister remarried?
yes.
Oh, okay. I said, well, what about the twin sister? Do you still love her? He goes, yeah, but I can't talk to her. I said, why? She goes, oh, she's remarried. I go, oh my God,
Oh,
how terrible. And she says that, what? Really? And so this relationship, this marriage that your aunt is in has stuck for like the last 35 years. So it has
for
like
like
remained
20, 25 years maybe since we were 11,
really.
so yeah, 30 years
Oh,
about.
okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah. He goes like this. I said, how many marriages has she been? Oh, no, no, no. It's stuck. Like it's the same one. I go, okay, good. And he says, I did that. I go, all right, well, I will let her know. So now you have to show this to your aunt too.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Okay. Okay. And why? Hold on. What happened? Where were you at? How did you get there? He's in a car. He must not have been on a motorcycle, which is good. He's talking about banging on the steering wheel and listening to music. And I go, okay, which means that maybe he. So was this like a head on swipe, like coming from this way?
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Because he's talking about it coming out of nowhere. And he says that as soon as he saw it, he's like, out. So he passes very quickly, and there was no going to the hospital or nothing. He died on scene, correct?
I'm not sure. I think he made it
Okay.
to the hospital,
Really? Okay, because he's
and
talking about how he's out of his body watching it.
he was in the
That's why.
car with my uncle as well, and my uncle survived.
Ah, so that. Oh, okay. Okay. Do you know if. Hang on. I got to look up that song. He's making me hear a song in my head. So he was driving.
I'm not sure which one was driving.
Okay, let's look at this. Hang on, let's see. I woke up and found da, 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 da. What is that? Hold on. It's 6 a.m. and I'm alone. What song is that? Hold on. I gotta get the lyrics out of my head. Hold on. What is the refrain? I looked at the clock this being song. It's six. No. Hold on. No, that's not it. Hang on. I know what that is. It says, I woke at the clock this morning, but da 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 da. 6 a.m. and I'm alone. Ba-dum-bum. I don't know. I'll have to give me 1 second. There's a reason I have to figure this out because there's something to do with it. Um, unless, and he didn't die in the morning. Hang on. Hang on. He's blocking the rest of it. Hang on. Give me a second. Hold on. This is how they talk. It's weird. Is it Cheryl? Cheryl Crow, maybe? Cheryl Crow. Um, Here we go. Is that alarm clock? You're my favorite mistake. Hold
Oh,
on. That's the. When did this come out?
I think in the 90s.
You hear that? Can you hear that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the song he's playing in my head. Hold on. Figure out why. To a bad day that I was just beginning. Hold on. Okay, there's a reason for that to happen. Hold on. Well, pro favorite mistake come out. Oh. What was 1998? Was there something to do with 1998 or is somebody dealing with him a birthday or a death date in August or September?
My mom and my aunt's birthday is in August. My birthday's in August.
Their birthdays in August. Okay. So something about probably about 1998. I don't know why though. And then this song came out in August. August
Yeah.
of 1998. So he's probably trying
Mhm.
to come through instead of just showing me Leo, he's trying to talk about his wife and he's trying to talk about your mom and he's trying to bring up birthdays. And I bet there's something cryptic about that song as well. So I don't know, maybe listen to it, maybe watch the words, maybe there's a car accident in the music video. Like there has to be something else as well, but he's trying to come through and talk, but I just don't know why. The only other thing that could go with that, hang on, hold on. Give me a second. One more and then we're going to keep going. And just to confirm, he was faithful to her the entire time, correct?
From what I know, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, because the song my favorite mistake is a relationship with a man who is unfaithful to his wife. And then I asked him, I said, "Is this a thing? Are you calling yourself out and like trying to heal?" And he goes, "No, no, no, no. No, I was. I go, "Okay, okay." So yeah, there's something else. So watch it, listen to it and let me know. There's probably a deeper
I
meaning for
will.
that.
Okay, I'll
And
email.
please, yeah, and then email me. And then was there anything with him? He didn't play the guitar though, correct?
My uncle who was in the car with him when he died played bass for a band.
That's okay. Somebody keeps showing
And
me
he's gone now too.
oh my god, they're together.
Yes, he passed in 2020.
2020. Okay, because he just showed me guitar and he showed me a bass and he showed me drums. And I go, "What is this?" And he's making me hear "Bah, bah, bah, bah," and I'm like, "Okay." And he says, "But I didn't play." And I go, "Well, why the hell are you showing this to me?" And it's because the uncle did. So that means that they're together.
That's cool.
Okay. So the other thing, hold on. I'm going to call this bonus spirits. Hang on. Tell me. And what? What? Penny. 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 Pennies. Look for pennies.
I'm always
Um,
looking for coins.
you really?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be that. Yeah, he said penny, and I was like, hair, like name, and he says coin. I go, okay, so that would be all from them. And yeah, who's the J name or G name besides you?
Besides me,
Or is there a John or a Joe or a J? Who's that?
my ex stepdad is John.
Oh, what happened with John?
Oh, narcissist, total narcissist.
Hmm. Yeah, somebody keeps
He
showing
stopped
me
speaking to
John.
my mom after like 15 years of marriage, like just randomly.
What a shithead, and he's still alive though, correct?
Yeah, but we have
Okay,
no contact with him.
good. You don't need it. Yeah. So now your uncles are trying to come through and talk about your life and what they're seeing.
Okay.
Okay. So now they're bringing up names of that and tell me about him or tell me about you. Hold on. Hmm. Is there a Bobby or a Robert running around
Yeah,
somewhere?
yes, yes. My uncle Bobby on the other side.
That's his name? Or
Yes.
no, that's, oh my God. Okay. Okay. And yeah, somebody goes, "Oh, Bobby? Robert?" I go, "Oh, really?" And I go, "Yes." And why? Hang on. But that Robert is still alive though?
No, he's gone.
Oh, that's him. Okay, so he's over there with them then. Okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah, so they're all partying. And tell me, who? Sean. Okay, hold on. Shh, 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 shh. There's a S or S. Hang on. Uh, did you ever have a Daisy or a DA? Who's that?
Yes, that was my first dog.
Shut the stop. Stop. Really?
Yes.
Hold on, let me show you. In the beginning of my first session, oh no, wait, you're there. There you go. Yeah, in the beginning of my first session, I scribbled over it, but you can't really see it's backwards right here, but it's
I see it.
DAIS and this is a Y.
Yep.
And I asked my client, I go, weird. I said, Daisy just showed up in my head. Is there any significance? And they're kind of talking about a dog for some reason. And they go, no. I go, okay, well, I'll write this down. It goes somewhere. So that's you.
That's my
Okay.
baby.
Yeah, your baby's here too. You got see now they're just trying to bring everybody in to prove that they're around. This is leading up to be a really cool session again. And what are you talking about with the newspaper? Hang on. Give me a second. Oh. So Daisy was obviously house trained, but she had accidents inside. Like, what was going on with that? Or was
She
she
never
having a hard
had
time?
accidents. But
Okay.
it's
Was she
weird
having a
you
hard
say
time at the end?
newspaper, 'cause in 4th grade, I had a homework assignment with a newspaper, and she chewed it up.
Okay, because they're talking about, they showed me a newspaper. They showed me bad, bad, bad. And I'm like, why? I'm like, why would we
We
do this with a
always got in
newspaper?
the trash can.
Okay, I'm gonna have to say that that not probably, that would go along with that, and especially the whole newspaper thing. I'm thinking conventionally what I would do, like rolling up a newspaper and hitting them because maybe they tinkled inside. But that would be because of that. So there's like fun little memories. And hold on, Psst, who are you? I keep hearing the name Cody, which is interesting. Is there like a CO name? Doesn't have to be crossed. They can be alive right now. Oh my God, you know what that is? All right, I'm just gonna let you know. Sorry, my contact's being weird. I'm going to let you know that I think your next relationship is gonna be with somebody that has a CO name. So it's either gonna be like Cody or Colin or something like that.
So weird because the guy I'm with now is Connor.
God, he's a CO name. Okay. Well, they're talking about him. Then you're going to have another one. Look at that, because they're talking about feeling, 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 coming up or going away. They both feel the same. So, yeah. So they know about him as well, apparently. And I would not be surprised if it wasn't another one as well, because that's the pattern
Mm,
you're going to be on. But it's not Connor. I'm going to even mark, oh, you may even date a Derek, which is interesting. So I don't know. There's going to be two. And why? Hang on. What about? What is it? Kathy. Okay, hold on. Hang on. Do your mom and aunt have the same initial for their first name?
no.
No. Okay. Somebody showed me like Mary and Margaret over and over again. Like they made me hear that. Hang on. So I'm like, but they said different. Hang on. I'm gonna say that there's a Margaret somewhere, but I don't know why. Hold on. Or a Mark. MAR. Hang on. Not Mary though. Mm, tell me. Oh yeah, and your dad's cross though, correct? Yeah, and somebody says, "In this hassle here," and I said, "What are you talking about?" They're like joking about this, and I said, "Who is this?" And they go, "This is our dad." I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." I was like, "I'm so enamored with the dog that I forgot about that." And so now we have all that. And tell me, hang on, he keeps trying to tell me your aunt's name, but I don't think I have it in my head. Does she have something interesting like Beatrice or like something cool like that as
Bonnie?
her name? Oh my God, it is a B name. Is it is it Bonnie?
That's, my dad's sister.
There you go. Thank you. Okay. So, yes, that would be one of the things. Yeah, somebody goes, "Oh, it's interesting. You don't normally hear it." And then they show me one of my old friends that I had in like 5th grade that was named Beatrice. And I'm like, okay. So, why? And Bonnie's alive though?
Yes.
Ah, I said, "Is Bonnie there with you?" "No, Bonnie's scooting around." I go, "Okay, I gotcha." And, is there a part of your family that moved to Utah?
Mm-mm.
Or is there a part of your, this is gonna be the second question that goes with that. Is there a part of your family that was Mormon? Okay, so I'm gonna write that down just like the Daisy thing, because there's somebody that literally showed me a video I was watching the other day on how Mormons came to be. And they're literally go like, "I'm Mormon. I left Utah." I go, "Oh shit, well that's cool. I didn't think y'all were."
That's a
And
fun
okay,
fact.
so yeah, I know. I'll let you know when that shows up, and or I'll email you. Tell me, what did you do? What is that about? Oh, wedding ring. Hold on. Hold on. on. Uh, uh, weird. Do you know if they actually like they buried him?
My dad?
No, your uncle, the one that died in the car wreck.
Oh, I think so.
Okay, because he's talking about crying over a casket, and he's talking about how I said, are you cremated or what?" And he goes, "Down," and I go, "Okay." And he's talking about a wedding ring. I don't think he buried it. I don't think they buried him with it. Um, and he's talking about being put away. Now, for me, that could mean that they buried him with it and it's put away that way, or this could also mean that, she took it off, they have it, and she has it put away, or she still has it for safekeeping. And he's just like recognizing that. So yeah, but let her know. Everybody's here. They're all just wanting to come through. It feels like I have this pile of people behind my brain, and they're like, "Come on," and tell me, shoes. What? Hang on. Do you know if your aunt? Oh, ooh, did your aunt smoke, or does your aunt smoke?
My, my mom's sister did.
Yeah,
She has COPD now.
that's okay. His wife, his ex-wife?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He goes like this. He came up and he said, "She needs some orange juice." I said, "What are you talking about?" And then he says, essentially, what do we use orange juice for?" I said, "Because somebody's sick." And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what is she sick with?" And he goes, and then he says, "Because of," and I go, "Oh, okay." And he says, like, "Tell her I'm watching over her." He says, "It's not going to get better." He says, "It's a continuation, but just watch yourself and be careful with for walking pneumonia." But he's around and he loves her. Do I think your aunt's going anywhere anytime soon? No, absolutely not. But he's just talking about being there for her. And why? And your mom quit smoking though?
She did, she vapes, but she doesn't smoke anymore.
Okay, he goes like this. He says, "And that's a lesson for you." He's talking to your mom. And I go, "What?" And he says, "She put it out." And I go, "Oh, okay, good, good, good." So just remember that. Why? Hang on. Oh, you used to vape and you quit?
I would vape weed every now and then, but never like
That's okay.
just but it's weird. I just threw away an old pin that I found like a couple days ago.
I'm gonna have to say that maybe that. Yeah, because he goes like this. He says, "Oh, I'm proud of you." And I said, "What?" He goes, "She just a little bit, but it's gone." And he
Yeah.
talks about how it's a vape pen. And I go, "Oh, okay." So he was with you. They're all with you with that. So this is your dad. This is like everybody collectively talking to you, by the way. That's what this is.
I've got
This
an
is not,
army.
you do. This is not a single person. This is like everybody going, "Put this in, this in." And hang on. Let me put on my spirit box too. Hang on. Back at Bonnie, July, Cancer. Uh, don't tell me that about her. Hmm. I don't know. Somebody just I think it's a sign of cancer. I don't think they're trying to say that Bonnie has cancer. Weird. Okay, spirit box is on. Tell me. Is there an N-I or a Nick or a Nicholas
Yes,
associated with
Nick
you?
is Bonnie's son.
Ooh. Somebody just showed me my friend that's a social media influencer just messaged me right before our session saying, "What do you think about this guy? His name is Nick." And they just flashed me the image of the guy that he texted me asking me what do I think about him. So yeah. So if he hadn't have messaged me that, I would never get that name, by the way. So like think how that works. Like everything is planned.
Amazing.
Okay. And so he would say, "Why? Oh, but Nick is not like his son. Nick is from this other guy."
Nick is Bonnie's son and Bonnie is my
Oh,
dad's
from
sister.
his dad's sister. Okay, so that's why. So your dad is talking about her son. So he watches him, he loves him, he takes care of him. And is he? Did Nick have like a little bit of a troubled past, but he made it out and he's okay? Or like, what is that about? Okay, he says, "I'm glad he's on the right path." I said, "Why?" He goes, And I go, oh, okay. And tell me, somebody just made me taste pizza. Hold on. Do you consider yourself lactose intolerant?
No. I
Okay,
did when I
weird.
was
They
a
made
kid, though. My mom thought I
oh,
did, but I think it was really just anxiety that I had all the time that was causing tummy problems.
okay. Okay. And this is when your dad was still alive, though,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Okay. That's probably where that is because they just went through and they showed me pizza. Then he talked about cheese. Then he made me hear a fart. And I go, oh, okay. Well, that may be lactose intolerant. And so that would be something funny that they would remember talking about, right? Because we do. And who? Gla- blah, blah. That literally is like, there's that freaking G name again. There's no Glenn. Glenn? Gla.
I'm Gwendolyn after my grandmother.
Oh.
My
Oh.
grandma.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. There's the G name. So, but she's crossed, though, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Absolutely. That's why the G name would be coming up. Absolutely, because it's her. Yes. And so they're going back and they're saying, "Bleh." Like what? So tell me. Hang on. Where? So your grandmother, like by the time you were a little kid, she was already too sick to like play with you or like be with you, or like what was the issue with that? Did she when she passed, like when you're 17 or when?
No, she actually didn't pass till I was 30.
30, really? Okay, because she goes like this. She says, I wish I would have been able to hang out with her more as she grew up. And I said, oh my God, this is deja vu right here. There's a lot of deja vu right here. I remember this. Hang on. Oh no, we're having another moment. What are we talking about? Hang on. I have the last one documented. Hang on. Give me a second. What are you talking about? Hang on. She's oh, that is very abstract. I don't know how to say that. Hang on. She is trying to discuss show me a little kid. Uh hold on. Does that Nick person have a little girl? Yeah. There's somebody talking about a little girl. There's somebody or a younger girl. I would even have to say like under 10, but I know one. I know that this other person doesn't have one. I don't know where that comes into play. And somebody's talking about it being further off. So I'm like, maybe it's Nick. Maybe it goes over there. And tell me, hang on. Oh, oh my God. You know what that is? Okay. If I tell you, I'm just going to tell you something. So would you be okay if you dated somebody that had a kid?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tell you, I think when you end up, letting this go and then dating somebody else that you really like, I think you may end up having like a 12-year-old around you, right? So it's not the fact that you are, this part, like obviously there's co-parenting involved. It's not all on you. We're not saying you're just the only mom, but they have this very happy-go-lucky, skinny, kind of like athletic little girl. And for some reason, I think her mom may be part Hispanic because she's very tan. And so maybe he's white, she's part Hispanic, and so this little girl is very tan and she has this ponytail that's high up here with like the little things down, and she's very skinny, like if somebody's in cheer or just eats a lot but like can't gain weight. And she's talking about her hanging out with you a whole lot and like you being this role model, and you really enjoy it because you can take her places and you can do the nails thing and you can just enjoy and watch, and you have like this little comfort kid, which is nice. And I think that they're trying to foreshadow your life in the future. I think that's what they're trying to do. And she's saying, like, I just want to play with her. She's saying, like, I wish she would have gotten been able to like play with her, which means like grow up with her. And so I'm just gonna put that out there. I think you end up dating somebody or being with somebody that has between a 10 to a 12-year-old, one or the other, and they're a big part of your life and you really enjoy them and you help them.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. Yeah. So just wait. It'll be good. And why? Tell me what happened. Daddy, where'd you go? Doggy, where'd you go? What? Did one of your family members have a hang on. I think this is a wiener dog from my last session. Hold on. There's a dog in my head right now. Or do you have a wiener dog or what is that about?
My grandma had a wiener dog.
Stop.
My other grandma, Helen.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. Yeah, there's a wiener dog that just
And her name was
well,
Reba.
Reba. Oh, okay. I like it. Red. Okay, I like that. Yeah, she walks up and I'm like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Is this Toby from my session from like 3 sessions ago?" And they're like, "No. No." And I go, "Okay." So her wiener dog is around here and just attitude altogether in a good way.
Yes.
And what? Tell me, who is that then? So was Daisy a lab or was Daisy like a poodle mix?
Daisy was a corgi.
Daisy was small. Ah, oh, Daisy was the fucking corgi. Okay, real quick. I will I will get you part of that recording. Okay? The wiener dog I'm talking about, during her session, a corgi showed up. That's where I got Daisy. And I
I
know like and I asked her, I said, weird. I said, somebody is showing me a dog with big ears. And I said, and I know you have this wiener dog named Toby. I said, but I said, somebody's talking about shaggy hair. And she says, well, we just got a long haired dachshund. I said, but then they're showing me a corgi. I said, have you had a corgi? And she goes, no, that's you. That's your freaking
That's my
corgi dog.
baby.
Yes, that's okay. So Daisy's been here for a long time. All right. And she's still here. And I will see if I can get that clip. And this is so funny, like how it's going back and forth. And tell me, what about her? Oh, what about joints? And so no hospitalizations this past year?
No.
Good job. Okay. I said, did she have like a flare up or what? And they go, no, 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 it's been good. I said, excellent. That's positive on that. And they're talking about why? Do you go to a rheumatologist?
I do.
Oh, okay. Because they keep showing me joints, and I'm like, and they keep showing me swelling, and I go, oh, and they're talking about that. And why? Impreza. What is Impreza? Hang on. I've heard that before. I just don't. What is it? Impreza medication. Hold on. Hold on. Impreza is a pain blocker. Interesting. Um, Give me just a second. How weird. You get really bad back pain?
Yes.
You do. Okay. So
Like,
this
not
is
debilitating, but, like, not comfortable.
not comfortable. Okay. So, but you're not going to pain management though right now, correct?
No.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Somebody's talking about they put Impreza in my head, and it's actually a medical device used for back pain and joint pain. And it sends electrical shocks to like help you. Now, I'm not telling you that that needs to happen because no, not at all. They're actually not that good. But I would have to say that that's what they're trying to bring up with like what could be going on with you or how you feel, especially after talking about a rheumatologist. Okay, so they're trying to acknowledge these things. And tell me, hold on, who? Jaden? Is there a Jaden or a J something? Not John, but like Jay. J or something that could sound like J. Okay. Leave that there. Leave that there. Hold on. Come here. Or Jordan. No, there's no Jordan. Hang on. Come here. What? Tell me about that. What was the uncle that died in the car crash? What was his first name?
Bill. Or wait, Chris and Bill.
How funny. How funny. He kept showing me my husband, and I was like, yes, you're a husband. And my husband's name is Chris.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, yes, I know you're a husband. Absolutely. And it's because I always forget that. I always forget that there's people named Christopher out there. Like, that's not a thing in my brain. So, yeah. So he's been trying to say that. And obviously, it hasn't been going through. What about, tell me, what happened? Oh, is your dog like allergic to grass?
Um,
Or does she chew her feet? Or do they chew their feet a whole lot?
she died.
That's why. Oh, they have her. I was like, it's oddly quiet in here. And they show her sitting on your bed, or in my brain, sitting on your bed and nibbling on their toe. Now, I don't think they naturally nibbled on their toe, but now my brain is going through and I'm like, well, why do they do that? Well, they chew, they clean, but then also it can itch. And so let's go into this. Hang on. Hang on. Why? Hang on. Somebody keeps saying I couldn't breathe, 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 and they're panicking. And I wonder if that was kind of what they were talking about. I don't think they had an allergic reaction, but I wonder if that is how they were trying to put that in my brain. Hold on. Were her like nasal passages and throat passages just getting really, really blocked with like saliva or something? And did we like, what was that
She
about?
had like super obstructed airways, and so she would breathe very loudly all the time.
Really? Really? Yeah, she keeps showing me tubes and then she closes them off and she's talking about how hard this is. And she says that, tell me. So we never did the surgery to open them back up again because there was no room around it. Okay. I said, did they do that? Did they put a stent? I've seen that before. And they go, no. There's Oh, it just said bedspread. They're talking about being on your bed, just like where she's at. Hang on. Hold on. Weird. How do you make a choice? Did she end up just like having a seizure from like not being able to breathe? And then we just had to allow her to go?
She I don't know what happened. I think earlier that day she was playing with Connor's kids and she had just had back surgery.
That's
And
the surgery. Okay.
right after they left, I was sitting in the living room and then I heard her in my bedroom screaming, and she never screamed in pain ever, even when before she needed the surgery. And
Yeah.
I scooped her up and rushed her to the emergency room. And like I said, please just get her out of pain, whatever you have to do, please. She's in so much pain, I don't know what to do. And I was there for a couple hours and then finally they said she's probably gonna need back surgery again in the morning. And so I went home and I took some sleep medicine because I knew I was gonna have a really long day the next day. And apparently, like right when I fell asleep, like an hour after I left, she went into cardiac arrest.
Yes. That's why. That's why. Okay, because she's talking about how we had to let her go or they let her go, but they're talking about you not being there or you not being around. And so I'm like, but you're not at home. Where is this at? It's because it's over there. And that's why she would bring up the surgery. And it's not for all the nose, it's for the back. Thank you. And her biggest thing, she's like, I can't breathe. 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 She's like freaking out about that. And so those are the thoughts at the very, very end of her life. And then nobody's mad. Nobody's mad at you. She does love you. I want to tell you that I don't think she would have made it through that second surgery at all.
And I couldn't put her through that either.
No, no, you're a good mommy. You're a great mommy. And clearly all of your dogs are around and all of your family. And that's why they're all here because of everything. So she's on your bed.
She actually
Okay.
is physically too.
Stop. Are you serious? Oh my God, you have. There she is. Oh, look. Oh my God. Look. Okay, so I'm taking a screenshot. Hold on. Oh, poor sweetie. So I'm telling you that she's on the bed, which it's a bedspread, right? Or it's comforter, same thing. And then so it said bedspread, and then we're talking about the doctor. So that's where, so she's trying to bring that all up. Okay. So yeah, your baby is just fine. And she loves you. And mom, what? Hold on. This is going to sound really stupid, but have you ever thought about getting a cat?
I've thought about it, but I've never really like done it.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put something random in your head. I love you with corgis. I love you with wiener dogs. I love you with Stella. So our God, I can't remember what it is. What is it? What is it? Not a pug. Frenchie. Thank you.
Yeah.
And but like there's this odd feeling of I'd like you to look into a munchkin cat.
Munchkin. I've never heard of those.
Okay, hold on. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hold on. And it fits you so well if you chose to go with this. Hold on, I'm trying to find a good picture. Um I'll show you this one. So essentially they are normal cats, but they have many legs.
I love it.
Okay, and you can get them in any type of breed, ragdoll. You can even get them hairless. It doesn't matter.
Oh my
And they have the many legs and they would be amazing. And you could even train it to go outside with you. I mean, whatever it is. And they are so cute and it fits your personality to a T. I actually know a breeder because I looked at getting one, but I think my dog would just and my other cat would just not want that. So I want you to look at a munchkin cat.
for sure. I
Okay.
actually ended up getting another Frenchie, and he was born the day after Stella died.
Um,
And I remembered you telling me Spanky was gonna come back to me as a brown
mhm.
dog, and I was gonna
You
name it
did.
like Potato. I ended up
Yes.
naming him Tater Tot.
So like a mini thing. Shut up. And it's brown.
Yes, he was the only brown one in the litter.
Let me tell you, that may be why I don't feel spanky a whole lot. Like I haven't felt spanky. That's why they were talking about Stella. That's why they were talking about Daisy.
That is so funny.
Okay, so I would have to say that that all goes together. So think about a munchkin, keep Tater Tot, enjoy him as well. And do you have any questions for me before I let you go? Anything, anything.
My mom keeps telling me that she keeps seeing my grandma on my dad's side and my
Yeah.
dad in her dreams, like very vivid.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
just wondering if they have like a message for her or anything.
So on that, it may be, let's see. Let's see. I think for your mother, it's more just to say that they're there and around because I don't think she's necessarily experienced that a whole lot before. So now she's getting on that level where she can. Um, I would have to say one of the things is to watch out for her sister, and I know she does, but help and take care of her The other thing is that I would like your mother to also go either get a scan or get something to either deal with her lungs or her breast, one or the other.
Yeah, she has
Like
a breast implant that's popped. Like,
that's
like
what she needs to go get that looked at. Yeah, that would be it. Yeah, because they go like this. They go doctor, doctor, issue, and they go right here. And I'm like, okay, so yeah, she needs to go get that looked at. That's probably one of the reasons why it's happening. They're telling her, hey, go do that. This is good for your life. And so the only way that she'll listen is that they show up. Okay. So please do that and let me know what happens. So this is what I want you to do per usual. Take a couple minutes, have a good breather, have a good ugly cry. And if you need me, let me know. Okay. You're welcome. I love you, bestie. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. I love you.